got cystic fibrosis.
Hey guys, welcome back to Staying Salty. Clearly we're not in California. I actually came to Vail for Christmas with my cute little family. Say hi, Preston.
Hello. Hello.
So, with this week being growing up with cystic fibrosis, I thought the best way to talk about that would be to bring on the people who I grew up with. Now, when it comes to growing up with CF, I honestly didn't grow up any differently. I did anything anyone else did, and I constantly was in the dirt, getting dirty, probably ate a little bit too much dirt, but wasn't kept in a bubble, was allowed to do everything that I really wanted to do, and it never hindered me whatsoever. I never even started getting sick until I was older, so I thought I could tell you all day long about how I grew up, but the best person who could probably talk about it is the person who decided to raise me that way, which is my dad. So I was gonna let him talk about a lot of why he chose to raise me the way he did and kind of put CF on the back burner rather than front and center in our lives. So, do you want to talk about it?
Yes, I would be happy to. Well, I think first of all, we all were aware she had cystic fibrosis and that there were certain parameters that we had to sort of work around and work with. But with that, we didn't let it slow us up as far as the activity. I think the most important thing from a parent standpoint is we never wanted Chelsea to feel that she was different. We didn't want her to think that there was things that she couldn't do. Now, maybe some of the things she didn't do as fast as other people could do it, or maybe she had to do her treatments and then we did it, but we did all the things that a normal child would do all the way up to the age of, how old are you now?
Almost 24.
Almost 24. For as an examples, we were cage diving with great white sharks when she graduated from high school before she went to college. 3 days ago, we were at 10,400 feet dog sledding with the dog sledding team, and here we are in Vail, Colorado. I think we're what's the altitude here, Bud?
11,000.
We're about 11,000 feet right now.
Nice.
And we're skiing. Now, to get ready to go skiing, it takes a little longer. To get up the stairs and up the chairs and so forth, it takes a little longer. But she's pretty tenacious and she sticks right with it, which is really the way she's been all her life. But I think a lot of that, I don't want to take credit for it, but what I want to say is that as a parent, I never restricted her and I never wanted you to think that you were different or that because of CF you couldn't do things. I always said I pushed you. I always said try it, and always, which I think is the most important, is to give her the confidence that she can do just about anything she wants to do. But then there's another part of her life, which is her brother over here, and of course he was young, wasn't quite sure what it was that she had and so forth, but now he's older and kind of understands it. And so what do you have to say, Bud, as far as
Did it change growing up for you at all, or?
No, I never viewed my sister as any different. I mean, I never grew up with anyone else, and
I was the only one.
Yeah, I had to deal with her and put up with all of her issues, not even including CF, just being annoying big sister. But I loved her no matter what, and she helped me through a lot of things, and I was there for her, and she was there for me.
It was just the norm.
Just a normal big brother, big sister.
Yes. Normal pain in the neck sister-brother relationship.
Hey.
They're always bickering and fighting, but that's part of it. So,
is there any reason, I guess I feel like a lot of parents like to protect and put their kids, especially with CF, in a bubble, and they're really worried, they sanitize everything, and although that's good, is there a reason you kind of took a different approach to it? And
well, I just think you have to be cautious and cognizant of the fact that there are some limitations, but at the same time, you don't restrict them, and I didn't restrict you, and I think the key is confidence. When you have a disease like CF, I don't have it, but I've been around you enough, there's always doubt. I mean, there's self-doubt, and you always want to be surrounded by positive people that say, you can do this, go forward, and much to your surprise, I think you did a lot of things that you didn't think you could do. So, I mean, that's the most important thing. I think that parents just have to step back. It's a tough road to hoe for a parent, but
Because you want
gotta
to protect us the whole time.
we do want to protect you, but I think I was hurting you more by trying to put you in a bubble, because you're on your own now. You live in California by yourself, and you make your own decisions. And so I think it's important that you feel confident about the decisions that you're making. So.
And I know growing up not having not as strict, but kind of being as dictated as I know some parents want to do with such regimented everything, and because they are so worried about cystic fibrosis and illnesses, but by growing up in a kind of a more relaxed sense and putting CF on the back burner allowed me to not become scared of things.
True.
Like when I went out into the real world, I wasn't terrified I was gonna contract a bug, and it was just normal life. I wasn't scared of everything around me. And honestly, growing up with CF on the back burner really made me into the person I am today. And I really appreciate and value the fact that I grew up without having CF in the spotlight.
Well, another aspect of it is, which is growing up, is the care team that Chelsea has had, several different care teams. They're extremely positive, and I think if you have a team that makes you feel comfortable that you're with that team, and that team's going to do everything within their power to make sure you live a normal and happy life, that makes you feel real comfortable. And that's a mental attitude is really important. Another thing I'll say about CF, which I don't want to ramble on, but the interesting part is you may say, well, yeah, your life is a little slower and you got to wait. Well, let me tell you something. I like it that my life is a little slower, and I do take a little more time with my daughter because of her CF, and it's almost changed my life, or it has changed my life, is that I don't go as fast as I used to, and I appreciate things more. And the way she deals with it, it humbles you to a point where I would never be the same person that I am today if it weren't because of her CF. And I think I'm a better person because of your CF. And as a team, the family and everybody together helping her, it really does help you as an overall person. So,
I mean, that's really what you need in order for me to get up here. He carries my skis.
well, this morning,
He helps me out.
this morning she didn't want to come. She got to go, I don't want to go out there. It's cold and I can't breathe. And
My face is rather cold.
So I waited a little while, and then after she had her grapefruit and rested a little, I said, come on, it's a beautiful day. This is to be great for your video.
It
And
is beautiful.
I hope it's inspiring to any other of you, both parent and CFers, that get up and go do it, because that's our attitude. And people can't believe that Chelsea has CF when they see her half of the time. So.
Well, I think you can either let it hinder you, and it's very easy to get into the mindset of having it control you and only focusing on what you can't do. But I think it's really important to try and focus on what you can do. Like the other day, I wasn't able to go skiing because I was still acclimating to the altitude, but instead we went dog sledding. Now, if I had been able to ski, we would have never gone dog sledding because that wouldn't even been on our radar. But because of CF and because we weren't able to go skiing, we had to think outside of the box. And because of that, we did something we never even would have done.
Exactly, and it was fun.
And
It
it was
just
fun.
really exciting.
So I think growing up with it, try not to let what you can't do be the focus, and rather use your imagination a little bit and focus on what you can do and try and live your life that way.
I think you're right. What do you have to say? Preston's sort of the quiet one in the family.
No, he's quiet on camera. He's not normally this quiet.
So.
Nothing else?
I ain't got nothing else.
Preston is my 16-year-old younger brother.
Yes.
Only us. Do you have CF?
No, I
He
don't.
does not have CF. But he's put on the vest a good amount of times, so.
It's fun. I enjoy it. It's like a
Well,
cool.
I think that's all I have.
I think we've said our piece. So, but I would just reiterate to the parents, is just be positive with your kids and don't put them in a bubble. And you'll be amazed. You may have doubts in yourself as to whether you've raised them properly or they're going to do well. You'll be surprised how they grow and prosper. But they grow with the encouragement that you push and you give them, and the confidence that they have. And that's why Chelsea is. I don't take full credit, but I will take some of the credit. That's what I did. Is I always pushed her, and she does a lot. Now he's another story. I don't know what I'm going to do with him. He's nothing.
Eh.
We'll tune in next week or in a couple of years and we'll tell you how he's doing.
Fun.
I know one thing before we ended. I know one thing was we never. I don't know. I think a lot of parents question whether they should. I know we're doing a video on this in a few weeks. Bring up, the future of CF and what that means on your life and what you can do. That was never.
No.
It was never a topic. I was allowed to dream as if every other little kid, and
Yeah.
I think that really helped me. I never looked at life as it was going to get cut short, and I still don't.
Yeah.
I still don't look at it that way. Even, something will happen, and I'll outlive both you.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah, that
and
attitude.
I don't think that's living in a la la land or
Yeah.
some unreality of what CF is. I just think looking at it from a different perspective is always better, and we never looked at it that way, and I think a lot of parents struggle with whether to introduce that aspect to their kids early or not. But we do have that topic coming up later on how we understood what CF meant. So
Well, so now we're going to close out and we're going to go skiing.
we will
Is that
go
okay?
skiing.
It's very cold.
It's a little nippy up
It's a
here.
little nippy up here, so we got to
It's like
move.
16. It's cold.
I got like 3 layers on. It's a little cold.
Why don't you have gloves? I'm gonna put my helmet on.
All right.
Okay.
But with that, stay salty. All right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah,
See you
Happy
next
New
week.
Year.
Your device a little bit